GameTime Connecticut, your most comprehensive coverage of high school sports online. Here's the guy who's in charge of that. Sean, thanks for coming in.
Welcome. Top 10 as we get down to really the nitty-gritty.
But before we do that, let's talk about a game that we all knew was going to be a big one. Mark, you were talking about this before. I think you covered it, that Rocky Hill-Berlin game.
Yes.
Look, were you surprised that Rocky Hill handled Berlin the way they did? No, you weren't.
No, I mean, they're good. They're a good
Well,
team.
Berlin was undefeated coming in, and Berlin's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, but, slugfest, right? They go on a, 22-play, 80-yard drive to really take command of that game in the second quarter, right?
The first quarter into the second.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Like
It was
a
all
9-minute
defense.
drive, yeah.
Look, Mark Fritz has done a great job over there. A lot of the kids who went to the state final last year, they are all back for the most part. You can give or take one or two guys, and they did a really nice job. I mean, I thought Berlin could win. I probably thought Rocky. No one asked me though, but Rocky Hill certainly shows that they're going to be a tough out in Class S. I know everyone's saying Ansonia and St. Joe, they're destined for a showdown, but Rocky Hill, I'm sure, would love to upset those plans.
And many would make the argument Class S, better division than Class M this year, better talent, better teams.
Yeah, by a mile. No question. You have Rocky Hill, you have St. Joseph, you have Ansonia, and then what else are we looking at?
Those teams could compete in L.
Yeah. I mean, I think Rocky Hill's one of the top. I mean, I might vote them at the bottom or something like that, but I think they're one of the top 15, 20 teams in the state easily. Some people have them vote, pushing that top 10 spot.
That said, let's look at the 6 through 10 in the latest Game Time poll. I don't see Rocky Hill on there.
No, they aren't.
I have them in my top 10.
You do indeed.
You like the undefeated team.
He loves the undefeated
Yes,
teams.
I do. I think you should get credit at the high school level for being undefeated.
And that's fair enough. That's why we like to have a diverse amount of
Yes,
voters.
yeah.
A lot of people are surprised Han didn't make it.
Yes.
And New Canaan got pushed back in there after not really doing much. I mean, they beat Ludlow pretty easily and rested all the stars for the big Turkey Bowl showdown with number 1 Darien. But a lot of people wanted Hand in there. Hand has won, I think, about 6 straight games.
What was Hand's victory on Friday?
They beat Wilbur-Cross.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Handily,
yes,
too.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Oh.
No pun intended. They scored 27 points in the first quarter, and it was off to the races. Their defense is awesome. Brian Casagrande is great. He's a great linebacker, and they're going to be a tough team in Class South. They punched their tickets as well.
And what about North Haven? There's another team that's been playing extremely well. North Haven was at Fairfield Prep. They beat on Friday.
Yeah, the legend of Mark Montano grows. I mean, I can't say enough things about him. Caring. I want to say
his brother would be so proud. Well, that's Yale highlights, so that's
They're proud too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he's just the emotional, spiritual leader of that team. He said they were at halftime. They were kind of scared at the point. They were down a touchdown. That was a big block there by Steve Urbe, to keep it a 1-score game at halftime. And then in the second half, they kind of just rode Montano. They tied the score, got some good.
He had 4 touchdowns. Montano?
He had 4 touchdowns, like 200 and something, 40-something yards, and he was just a monster all night. And here he is, number 6, rushing right through that line, scoring. That was the one that scored right after halftime. And he was carrying big, bad Fairfield Prep players on his back all evening. And he was literally doing that. You could not bring him down. It was like the will to win, and the kids just followed him. And then you start getting Devin Brockhammer in there. You started getting some of the other guys involved, and they just kind of really took it to Fairfield Prep in the second half.
Let's look at the 1 through 5. No huge shakeups here. Darien still kind of unanimously owning that top spot. Greenwich not moving after its easy
Windsor
victory.
was very, very sluggish against Hall last week, and I wonder if they're going to be able to handle Middletown.
That's going to be a massive game. They're both qualified for the state. A lot of teams. We have 17 teams in the state playoffs now, unofficially this week, and it's going to be big. Thanksgiving Eve over at Jack O'Brien Stadium. 2 teams. It's going to be a little bit of a preview too, I guess, for the Class L playoffs, where you have a team last year they played and then they played again,
right.
And the second game wasn't even nearly as close as the first game, and Windsor was able to win. Windsor's had their number over the years, but however, this Middletown team, and I've said it on this show many times, this Middletown team was really impressive. They handled Platt and were kind of just rolling. Mike Oresco, I think, is that him? No, that looks like Belzo. But their defense is probably one of the state's most underrated. Look at that, just hammering the Platte quarterback, Marinelli. And here's Belzo. He's been having a great year at quarterback for them. And they've been just as good on offense as they have been on defense. And Sal Morello's got them rolling right now.
It'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting to see that game Thanksgiving.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be there.
Fun.
I want to bring up a story that I know you were working on later, Mark. You talked to Jeff Covino, longtime football coach in the state. What did you find? He's retiring. What, 43 years as a
coach, I guess.
Coach, yeah.
I don't know exactly how long, but he said 43 years he's been coaching,
Yes.
and he announced it to all of his friends on Facebook, and word started trickling out after that. He told his team after practice on Tuesday. And that's big news because Jeff, he's been around for a long. He's done a great job at Notre Dame Fairfield.
He coached right there, yeah.
Yeah, and he coached at Notre Dame Fairfield's football team back in the early 2000s, and then he went. Now he's back as a softball coach there. He says he wants to spend time with his family. So that's going to be, the Foreign's got a plan for pride now. They're not going to be in the state playoffs. They're 4-5. They're going to go for that winning season, beat Law for the.
Umpteenth time.
Yeah, they haven't lost a lot since 2007. Law still has a slight chance of getting into the playoffs. So there's going to be a lot at stake there, a lot of really emotional day, and he's going to ride off into the sunset and watch his son Mike play at Colgate, and of course Fallon is here at Sacred Heart.
So
Playing
you'll have more on that story on Game Time. And Coach Covino will be here to discuss a little bit of his career
There you go.
on Wednesday night with us.